So guys, it gives me a great sense of pleasure to call on the podium to that student whose wild and thrilling performance will make you jaw drop. And it is all said to steal your heart. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than a dominant, everyone's favorite and darling of Speakville family, Mr. Shahil. So Mr. Shahil, please come on the podium.
First of all, I thank you, Mr. Nihal, for inviting me here. You know, guys, I'm feeling extremely happy, delighted to be here with such popular, eminent, energetic students and chief guest.
Okay, go ahead. Don't mention the name, just go ahead.
Wow. Hello, peeps. Hello. A wonderful morning to all of you. Morning. Wow, what's a kick-ass atmosphere it is. I'm sure it's going to be a great day with you all. Now, I'm Shahil Sharma from Kumachak, and I will be here to give a short presentation on whether government school should be privatized or not. And I think that government school should be prioritized. Actually, you know that the condition of government school, the teachers don't teach with dedication. They feel they are government servant and they get salary whether they teach or not. You know, the teachers of government school, the teachers of government school are getting promotion at their turn. And in a government school, there are no any frequent check over the teachers in a government school. And you know that in remote areas they are more free. If I talk about a government school, in the government school, these days some students are cracking the exam of IIT, NDA, MBBS and MBS, but a maximum numbers are coming from private schools. You know that in private, this indicates that better teaching in private schools. You know the government teachers have no interest to reputation of schools. But thus, as a result, the condition of government schools are very bad. It's give bad impression to good students. And you know that good students and study-oriented students are going to normally a good and reputed private school. But bad students can go. Get admission in a government school. Keeping all this point into my view, I firmly believe that government school should be prioritized. If you, it's bring me to end of my presentation. If you have any question, then feel free to ask me. That's all. Thank you. Mr. Alok ask. Let Mr. Alok ask.
Once ever elaborated your presentation on whether government schools should be privatized or not, and you said that government schools should be privatized. But from my point of view, government schools should not be privatized, because if I talk about condition of private school, teachers don't teach with dedications. They feel that they are government service and they will get salary whether they teach or not. And the teachers of private schools are getting promotion at their turn, and they feel no doing the hard work. And there are corruption in government schools, and as a result, the condition of private school is very bad. And you already know that the person who belongs to a poor family, he can't take admission in private schools.
You know that there are many schools which are available for those students who are belongs from a poor family. Class 1 to 8, the students, they have, if any students are more, if any students are very intelligent, then he can get admission in a private school. You know that teachers can give, the principal can give many scholarship in a private school. You know that in private school, these days some students are cracking exam of IIT and MBBS, but you know that maximum number of students are coming from.
No, Mr.
You speak. Okay,
Excuse me, sir, whatever you mentioned in your presentation, government schools should be privatized, shouldn't be privatized. But if you ask me, I would say that government schools shouldn't be privatized. Why I'm saying? Because they are separate region. In this time, every person belongs to poor family, and private school is very higher, and the student study in the government school, and government school should be prioritized how will we debate to education? And there is no, and private school there is no.
How can you say that any poor students can't depart from education? You know that there are many schools which are available for those students who are belongs from poor family. I also mentioned that there are class 1 to 8 in that schools from class from 1 to 8 in that school the fees are not more higher. You know that ask one by one. Mr. Puneet, will you ask? Mr. Puneet, ask.
Okay, let's
Let us.
Okay, Puneet, you go on. Mr. Puneet, you go on.
I just said in the argument about the government schools should be privatized. I am totally certain because you know, Mr. In this time, government private schools there are no any kind of facilities, and you know, in a government school there are many facilities like money and so many persons, so many kind of products available. And you know, Mr. In a private school their condition is very high, and you know, in a private school you can't be understand, and there are lots of children read in a private school. And how is Mr. Private schools should be
You know that in a government school the computer labs and many things are not available, but in a private school these things are also available.
You can see in this time of government school there are many facilities like a computer lab and so many.
Okay, first of all, you tell me in which school do you read?
I read in the Papu Intermediate College.
Could you tell me that school is private or government?
Government school.
How can you say? You know that school is not fully government and not private. You know that in that school facility. Ask one by one. Ask Mr. Prince. Let Mr. Prince ask. Mr. Prince ask. Mr. Prince ask. Ask Mr. Prince.
Well, Mr. Whatever mention your concerns, I'm entirely because you said that government schools should be privatized, but according to me, government schools shouldn't be privatized. You know, in our country there is lots of poor people children lives. If government schools should be privatized, then where they will means read? Absolutely, they are. You know, poor people have no money to study. Means send their children in private school, because you already know that in a private school fee is very high. Means 400 to 500 per month. But if I talk about government school, then if children go in government school, then absolutely there means there is no any type of fee. So I think that the government school shouldn't be privatized.
But you don't think that in a government school the teachers don't teach with dedication? You know that they feel that the teachers of government school are getting promotion at their turn. You know that they feel no use for doing hard work, and you know that in a government schools there is no frequent check over the teachers, and in remote areas they are more free. You know that in a government school the teachers are while teaching the teachers are used to serve the mobile.
How can you say that?
Actually,